John here, got a freshman, and I saw this VR coming up. Had to do it ASAP. Wait that 1 second, and as soon as I'm finished editing and loading, it's going up immediately because that's how much I love this idea. One of my favorite kinds of books growing up were the Choose Your Own Adventures, as Justin was explaining it. Man, did that bring back great memories. My favorite ones, I like the last of them, but I always went to the Transformers. I love the Transformer Choose Your Own Adventure books. My favorite. So, he gave us five different VRs that you could do, and I'm doing all of them because it's me. So, first of all, I lost my cheat sheets, so I really don't know. I want to do it before I forget what everything is and what I'm supposed to be doing. So, Justin, you understand. So, the first one was your dream card room or your den or whatever. So I'm going to go into a little bit of dream mode for this one. So joking aside, my best room would just be what I have, honestly. Simple, everything where I know where it is, easy to access, out of the way, and not overly fancy or anything like that. So that's part one. So part two is favorite sport and the best sport, not favorite. This one just happens to be my favorite, but the best sport ever. Now, I am Canadian, so what do you think? Hockey? Nope. Nope, nope, nope. It's correct. I do talk about hockey a lot. I show a lot of hockey, but no. The best sport ever is lacrosse. Alright? So we are talking about the toughest people around. It's not just allowed that you can cross check and do all that kind of stuff. It's encouraged. You are running around with legitimate weapons. Canadians in World War One used lacrosse sticks to toss grenades. So you are literally using weapons. And you're using a little teeny Indian ball. The goalie is pretty much the size of the net. You're literally running around being hidden, tossing these balls at extremely high speeds. Just everything about it is high impact. The funny thing is, you don't see fights in lacrosse, and you don't see injuries in lacrosse. So there were some highlights, and the creativity is just amazing. You're basically encouraged to over celebrate. Um, I know even football people kind of go but no, celebrate. You're not making a lot of money. That's another big thing. Professional lacrosse players don't make a lot of money. So, you know what? That could change. That's something that should change maybe. But the point that I'm making, they're playing because they love to play. It has nothing to do with the salary. And just that hurt in the sport of the professional players, um, not just bumps it up. Um, like I said, this like if you have never seen an actual lacrosse game, do yourself a favor, watch one. You got a mixture of hockey, soccer, football, just everything in it is definitely worth the watch, and it is the best sport ever. Okay, so this part is favorite interaction with a celebrity. Well, I mean, I have so many. How do I pick one? How can I say that? Well, simple. I grew up and have always lived in a small town called Keswick, Ontario. It's not that way anymore, but back in the day, it was Hicksville. Nobody cared who you are, what you did. Um, the would come in and nobody would wink an eye. That's how Keswickians dealt with people. So lots of celebrities had cottages there because it's close enough to Toronto, Niagara, and all those kind of places, but still very quiet for them, and nobody really had to think, oh, I'm going to stop for autographs, wonder, blah, blah, blah. So I could talk about my brother and sister growing up and being friends with Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey growing up in Jackson's Point, which is about 15 minutes away from Keswick. Yes, I'm still in contact with Jim, but you know, I could talk about playing ball hockey in Glenn Fry's basement with his son and accidentally breaking one of his golden records. Not his lead singer, Glass Tiger, if you don't know. So that's that. I could talk about my parents being amazing friends with Burt Reynolds, to the point where they used to have breakfast together once a month in a very local, famous burger place. Burt Reynolds actually used to visit my dad when he was sick. So I could talk about all those. But in my mind, those are more somebody else's experiences. I was just around. This is my experience. And I'll explain a little bit of it, how it came apart. So, and I know nobody's going to believe this. Looking back, I barely believe it. But back then, it wasn't a big deal. It was just another Friday. So, I'm going to start with, at the time, Cito Gaston had a cottage in Keswick. He was closing the cottage, moving away, all that kind of stuff, not going to come back. So he decided to have a couple buddies over and kind of say goodbye to that cottage. So I don't know all who came, but the point of the matter is Cito and a couple other players that played for him we ended up going to a bar. So those players were Dave Stewart and Rickey Henderson. Yeah. So you think that's where it gets crazy? No, I'm just signing it up right now. So me and Jim Carrey walk into a bar and see Cito, Dave, and Rickey drinking. So I'm like, I want to walk up to them, congratulate them on the World Series. Or this was '98, I think it was. Congratulate them, like say, hey. Not really saying, oh, I'm a big fan or anything like that. Just say hi, welcome to the town. That's what you do. And I guess they said, hey, he's not looking for autographs and all that kind of stuff. So I'm pretty sure it was Rickey who said, sit down, we're buying you a pitcher of beer. So we have Cito Gaston, Dave Stewart, Rickey Henderson, Jim Carrey, myself, and my ex-wife. All together, drinking, having a good time. So, if you think that is the unbelievable part, just wait. So, I guess about 30-minute drive, you're at St. Thomas. Alright? Another Hicksville. One big hockey player is actually from St. Thomas. And it's Leaf Fan Down Under's favorite bearded Joe. Joe Thornton. So, Joe Thornton and Scott Thornton walk in. And my ex-wife has a crush on Joe Thornton. So, they were already drinking, already kind of restless. I don't even know how long I've been drinking at that point with the guys. So my ex-wife just happened to say something to Joe, and Joe, in my mind at that particular time, simply rubbed me the wrong way. So, yeah, I had to stand up for myself, right? So you have scrawny little me challenging Big Joe Thornton to a fight. Now we're both completely out of our minds at this time. So I don't know what happened between that time and the next, but cops were called. Both me and Joe get handcuffed in the back of the police car. So we are shipped to the drunk tank, and all the way there we were just laughing at each other because it was so ridiculous, and we ended up spending the night making the officers' jobs that were watching us live in hell. If that story doesn't win me the contest, I don't know what will. So the next part, it feels like I've done more than 5 parts, maybe because there's so many cutting or anything. Either way, an interesting thing when people come over, I like to show off. Part of my collection or whatever. Somehow I've come up with some kind of a mug collection. Alright? Not something I did purposely, but yeah, I've actually got a bit of a mug collection. So, my wife ended up buying me this because she bought me the exact same thing on a shirt. And she happened to see this and picked it up for me. So, perfect, right? Don't need to say anything else more about it. So Justin, right off the bat, I'm having a ball doing this video. Thank you for making it up. So this part is favorite swag from a concert or something like that. Well, technically, I didn't just go to this, but I organized it. I've said it once, I've said it a million times, that I'm a big supporter of men ending trafficking. So when they were first starting out, I did a auction for them. I've mentioned that quite a few times on my channel, because it's what got me back into TTM autographs. But anyway, this is the shirt that we all wore. Website still works. And yeah, that is my favorite swag from an event. Ooh, there goes my sign. Okay, so something in my collection that has no actual value to it, but is priceless in my mind. This is the definition of that question, and that is this. Now, I've shown it off in quite a few different live streams and like that, but this isn't even his autograph. This is a promotional thing. But why is it so important besides it being Thin Flory? This is my very first TTM return. back in, I want to say, 93, I sent a autograph request to Thurman Floyd to the Flames. Like I said, 93, 94. And this is what I got back. And yeah, I still have it. So, very first TTM return. If it were to happen now these days, I would call it a failure, but you gotta start somewhere, right? So, I knew I skipped one. I just went back, double checked, and it is something from my collection that I haven't shown on my channel, which is next to impossible for me to do. So I had to really think about this one, and even though you see glances of them, I've never actually shown my tattoos. So I think I've shown a couple. Like I know I've shown my Jubilee not that long ago in a short, but I do have one that I haven't shown, and yeah, I'm going to sign up for this one, and I'll show off this one, my Mustang. Now Mustangs are big on my family. My dad would only drive Mustangs and Z28s. My brother-in-law were used to remake Mustangs. And my sister actually ran a horse farm with a whole bunch of real horse Mustangs. So that's why I have the horse in the car. It's blue. It's something that this I drew. The tattoo artist kind of touched it up a bit, but yeah, I drew the main part of that, and the tattoo artist touched up. So that is my VRs. I love the idea. I strongly encourage people to do 1, 2, all of these. Go to Three Good Nerds. Justin, you're amazing. Lots of fun. Yeah, no, just a great channel. Definitely worth a watch. Subscribe. Become a member of his. Membership. So, yeah. His link is in the title. So, hope you enjoyed. Like, share, subscribe. Until next time, keep on collecting. Bye.
Join myself and JD Delay in fighting chomos and other bad thing by shopping at Convict Clothing. There are some amazing cloths for all at great prices. Nationwide free shipping for any order over $50. Just use the keyword autograph for a discount. And while you are shopping, also check out my store and perhaps become a member for only 99 cents. Both stores' links are in the description. Back to the video.